Hello, my name is Andrew and I love to make monsters. Let me get started with this project and I'll explain what I'm making and why. Recently, a friend of mine sent me a message. Can I commission a project? I'd like to make a variety of realistic canine teeth ranging from 1 to 3 inches. I want to make some gauntlets from leather and integrate some wicked looking teeth. After talking back and forth, she decided she would like a variety of different teeth for this cosplay project. By the way, this isn't that video. Well, not exactly. Before I sculpt 30 or more teeth, I want to make sure we are on the same page with what she needs for her cosplay project. So I decided I'd make a few sample teeth and share those with her. And if these are what she wants, I'll proceed with making the ones for her. I'm not sure exactly what I'll do with these particular teeth, but I thought I could possibly use them for a necklace. I've made plenty of monster teeth in the past and really like how they look made out of clay, but for this project I decided to make them out of thermoplastic, which is way more durable than clay. The downside is I'll have to paint them, but they should look really good once I finish painting them and add a coat of UV resin. Now for these test teeth, I'm using some black Warbler, and I used foil to build up the really big tooth, and the rest of them I'm just using straight black Warbler. So I did a couple shark-shaped teeth, and then I'm making a couple like 2-inch teeth that would be like for werewolf teeth, or like the canine teeth. But I'm thinking werewolf because they're bigger. I don't know, maybe there's some dogs that have teeth this big. I don't know, I'm not an animal expert. So I've got my 5 teeth, but I wanted to make them really smooth, so I'm going to cover them with Thebra. But first I'm going to cover my hands with some lotion, because Thebra is very sticky when it gets too hot, and if it sticks to your fingers it's like touching gum that's like 500 degrees is what it feels like. But I noticed accidentally that if I cover them with lotion first, the Thebra will not stick to them. So it's a great tip if you ever work with Thebra. And like I said, Thebras can be very smooth. You can texture it, so that's why I'm adding Thebra on top of the Warbler. The reason why I didn't just do Thebra from the start is it does distort a lot because it gets very stretchy and gummy. For the canine werewolf teeth, I just added a little bit of a texture. For the big tooth, I wanted to add some texture around the gum area. Now, since I want to kind of test these as a necklace, I'm drilling holes in them. And actually, that's one of the things my friend of mine who was requesting these asked, we talked about doing like a hole so she could sew them into her cosplay. So I thought that would work both for, jewelry and for cosplay. I'm going to paint these with some white acrylic paint. You'll notice I've got this brown Warbler tooth here. This is not covered with Thebra. I wanted to do a test one just to see how much different these would look. Took me about 2 hours and 20 minutes to do the first 5 teeth that were Warbler and Thebra, so around 28 minutes a piece. But this last one out of the Warbler took less than 10 minutes. So it might not be worth the extra time and material to add the Thebra onto them. Now you'll notice I'm painting these all with the white paint, acrylic paint. I might have already mentioned that, but I didn't have any primer. So I went ahead and started dry brushing yellow on top of the white after the white was completely dry, and I did 2 coats of white, and you can see it took off the paint. So I'm heading to Hobby Lobby to get me some primer. That was a rookie mistake for somebody who's not a rookie, but it happens. I'm like, I wanted to take this shortcut because I didn't have any primer, and actually the nearest Hobby Lobby is an hour away. So I took the risk, and then it didn't work. So I've got the teeth all cleaned up, got the old paint off there, and now I'm gonna go ahead and add the primer. While I'm doing this, I wanted to give a special shout out to my Patreon backers: Kirsten, Heather, Jacob, Jeff, Delaney, Brandy, and Ani. Thank you so much for being supportive of my art journey. Greatly appreciated, I really do. I need to start posting more on there. I do post at least, I aim for once a week, sometimes more, sometimes less. But if you want to support me on Patreon, I've got a link down in the description box below. And also, if you would like to get some of my merch, I've got a link to my spread shop down below that also helps support the channel. And now that I've got them completely covered with paint, I'm going to go ahead and add a nice brown wash to dirty up my monster teeth. I figure they're not going to be all clean. Then I'm going to dry brush some more white on top of that to kind of clean up the areas that they would do the most biting and tearing and all that monster jazz. I'm going to let that dry, and I got this professional multi-purpose UV lamp. Great for hands, removable tray, great for feet. Doesn't mention teeth. Well, we can change that. So I got this from my mother-in-law. She used to do nails. Should work great. Being 36 watt, I think it's a lot more powerful than what I've used before, and I've had some issues with UV not curing, so hopefully this works really well. So I'm just going to go ahead and brush it on all the teeth. I'm going to do one side, cure it, flip it over, and do the other side. Now you'll notice the two shark teeth are not here. I wasn't very happy with them, so I just kind of scrapped them. But I've got 4 teeth to work with. So I've got this all ready. Go ahead and do it for 2 minutes, which is a lot longer than what is recommended on the bottle. In fact, I actually did this twice, so 4 minutes for each side. But the first side is done, and it is not sticky at all. So that is excellent. I'm so happy. It looks really good. So I'm going to go ahead and flip them over, do the other side. Once that's done, we'll take a look at the finished tooth. And here is the finished monster tooth. This is the really big one, obviously. I just added a cord to it to give you an idea what it'd be like as a necklace / jewelry. But I think it looks really good. It's a good test piece. I'll make sure to send a link to this video to my friend and see if this is what she's wanting. Here's the smaller ones. The only thing I think I would do with these, if I put them on a necklace, is put some spacers in between so they're more spaced out, like monster fangs would be like on a werewolf or something. And here they're like, I was thinking if they're going to be on a gauntlet, they'd look pretty good, kind of like that, kind of like, shredder claws or something, but, monster teeth. There's a close-up. I think that looks pretty good. It looks kind of gnarly. And here is the last tooth that I did out of Warbler and not covered it with Zebra. And comparing the two, the Warbler, the one on the right, is a little rougher, but I don't think it's rough enough to make a difference. I think for what it's for, I think it'll be definitely work. And, monster teeth could be a little rough. They wouldn't be quite as smooth. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to make some monster teeth, I hope this video helped you with that. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, check out this other video, and remember, never stop creating. Bye!